Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakah Kadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Much respect to the brothers laboring in this truth worldwide in sincerity to wake up the elect of the children of Israel. It's your brother Dawadah coming to you with another lesson. Not sure what I'm going to entitle this lesson, but I got two articles queued up, and we're going to jump right into it. So, we down here in the Bible Belt, the heart of Dixie, and it's a city called Hoover. Some of you might know about it. It's supposed to be on the outskirts of the city of Birmingham. And this is supposed to be where all the so-called rich people live, right? And they're having a retail crisis out there, all right? Just like it is all over the country. But, you got Trump saying that he's going to make America great again, and all these different employment numbers. But yet and still, you have empty storefronts. Why is this? Because Yahweh Shai is working a mighty work, and you don't even know it. All right? Let's jump into this article. It says dozens of empty storefronts bridge big box stores in Hoover. And they got a video. Let's play this video.
Changing of retail in Hoover.
The nation's organic leader, Whole Foods, is making a move, leaving Hoover on the shelf. ABC 3340's Andrew Donnelly looked into the larger issue at play here and the current state of Hoover's economy.
Whole Foods just announced their departure from the city of Hoover. Soon, this location will take on the same look as dozens of other stores in the area, a blank, empty storefront. I set out to find what most miss every day. So I drove along Montgomery Highway, 280, and John Hawkins Parkway in Hoover, keeping an eye out for empty stores. Along the way, I counted what I could see from the road and asked people how many storefronts they think are empty in Hoover.
Maybe 6, I think.
It's easy to miss just how many are empty tucked between big box stores. Along 280, there were more than 12 empty storefronts. On Highway 31, I counted 5, and driving 150. Including Patton Creek and the Grove, more than 24 empty storefronts. However, some have relocated to the new developments in the area. And that was just a quick glance of the main arteries of the city. On the flip side, I asked city officials how many licenses they gave out in 2019. They told me...
I want to show y'all something, man. Look how red this devil is, man. All right? You can say what you want, man. Who Esau is, man, but it's plain and clear prophecy. And how he acts, all these things are made plain to those who can see.
They don't keep a running list, but that's something they're going to work on for us. While retail is struggling in Hoover, the workforce is up for 2019 according to state labor market documents, a possible indication that the strategy of bringing in tech companies and corporate businesses could be working. Andrew Donnelly, ABC 3340 News.
While Hoover officials said they don't keep a running list of businesses, we checked and other cities do. It's been 3 weeks.
So that lets you know Hoover is a big-ass liar. All right? They say they don't keep a running check of who get business license. Why would you want to know who has a business set up in your own city? All right? Now, that's it on that article. Lord willing, I'll put it in the comment section or the description box. Check this out. Salakia. Now I seen this this story a couple of days ago. It says it's on CNN CNN.com, the business section. Markets now. One of America's oldest and largest milk producers files for bankruptcy, right? It says Borden Dairy Company, one of America's oldest and largest dairy companies, on Monday It became the second major milk producer to file for bankruptcy in the last 2 months. Tumbling milk consumption combined with the rising price of milk have crippled the dairy industry, with debt. Dean Foods, America's largest milk producer, filed for bankruptcy because it cannot afford its debt load and its pension obligations. It has 3,300 employees, 22% of whom are covered by a collective bargaining agreement. Right? And I'm not going to read this whole article. Like I said, Lord willing, I'll put it in the description box. But let's get some scriptures, man. Because Yahweh Shai is doing a mighty work, man. All right? He's the one who make a rich and make a poor. All right? Matter of fact, let's go ahead and get it. This is 1 Samuel chapter 2 and verse 6. The Lord killeth and maketh alive. He bringeth down to the grave and bringeth up. The Lord maketh poor and maketh rich. He bringeth low and lifteth up. Yeah, it's Yahweh Shai who's doing this work, man. All right? And it's beautiful. All right? You know, these people still believe they going to continue forever. Right? Verse 8. He raiseth up the poor out of the dust and lifteth up the beggar from the dunghill, to set them among princes, and to make them inherit the throne of glory. And that's dealing with the Israelites, man. While he's simultaneously bringing this place down, he's lifting up the children of Israel. He's making sure that he's sticking to his word. All right? Let's read this again. He raiseth up the poor out of the dust, and lifteth up the beggar from the dunghill, to set them among princes, and to make them to inherit the throne of glory. For the pillars of the earth are the Lord's, and he hath set them upon the world. But the point is Yahweh Shai is making these companies go bankrupt, leave, you know what I'm saying? And they saying they opening up in different locations, but they're really not. All right? Let's go to the book of Zephaniah. Chapter 1, verse 10. Because it's Yahweh Shai is doing this. All right? And it shall come to pass in that day, saith the Lord, that there shall be the noise, a cry from the fish gate. You go back to the ancient word, the fish gate was where the market was set up. All right? And a howling from the second, and a great crashing from the hills. Yeah, why is that word crashing there? Because it's specifically talking about the crashing of the stock market. All right? Which is going to kick off that RFID microchip. All right? When you don't have access to your money, they're going to present it in such a way that most of you niggas out there going to take it. All right? How ye inhabitants of Mactash, for all the merchant people are cut down. All they that bear silver are cut off. See that? So Yahweh Shai is making this mighty work, man. He's mingled a perverse spirit in Egypt to where there's not going to be any work for Egypt. He's darkening their outlook. The windows are going to be darkened. All right? Matter of fact, let's go ahead and get that. All right? Ecclesiastes chapter 12, start at verse 1. Remember now thy Creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not. Bad times, right? Nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. And those years are proceeding to get here faster and faster. All right? The way you're not going to have any pleasure in this. All right? Because when this economy crashes and you can't feed your baby and you out there and your child asking you, Daddy, I'm hungry, Daddy, I'm hungry, what you going to do? Well, you going to be caught out there. All right? Why? Because you ain't remember your creator in the days of your youth. You weren't taking heed to the prophets. You weren't taking heed to the apostles and elders. All right? Verse 2. While the sun or the light or the moon or the stars be not darkened, nor the clouds return after the rain. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few. Yeah, the grinders are ceasing in the city of Hoover, man. You got the two largest producers of milk or dairy products file bankruptcy in America, man. All right? And this is not some one-off thing. You do your research, there's more companies that than file. You ever heard of the retail apocalypse? Where it's a strategic plan by Yahweh Shai that he's attacking America on multiple fronts, man. All right? Let's read this again. Ecclesiasticus 12:3. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few, and those that look out of the windows be dark. Yeah, they don't see no hope. All right? That's why they really taking themselves out at a high, rapid rate, man. Deaths of the despair. Deaths from the opioids. Well, who doing this? Well, we just read Yahweh Shai, he killeth and he maketh alive. All right? He raised him up from the dunghill. All right? He maketh rich, he maketh poor. Verse 4. And the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird. Yeah, early bird gets the worm, right? And all the daughters of music shall be brought low, right? Are you rising up early trying to find work and there is no work, all right? You saying that you have a so-called great economy. Well, why are these companies filing bankruptcy, right? Why your repo market is being propped up by the Fed, all right? Why are you flooding all this money into these different places if your economy is great? Why do you have 0% interest rate from the Fed if your economy is so great, right? But once again, Yahweh Shai, and Salakia, I'm a little stuffed up. Yahweh Shai has mingled a perverse spirit, right? This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 19 and verse 14. The Lord hath mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof, as a drunken man staggereth in his vomit. Neither shall there be any work for Egypt, which the head or tail, branch or rush may do. See that? So Yahweh Shai is doing this, man. All right? He's taking all wisdom out of team, and they can't understand why is these numbers saying there's great employment and we don't have any stores in our city anymore, right? The guy said he counted, from my hearing, said he counted up at least 10 to 15 storefronts in Hoover, Alabama that were empty, man. All right? You wouldn't have seen that 10 years ago. Hell, you wouldn't have seen that 5 years ago. All right? But it's Yahweh Shai who's doing this. All right? Verse 16. In that day Egypt shall be like unto women, and it shall be afraid and fear because of the shaking of the hand of the Lord of hosts, which he shaketh over it. Yeah, who's shaking their hand? Who's telling these people off? Where's the prophets of the Lord? Starting with Apostle Elder Tahar on down. Been prophesying the downfall of this wicked kingdom. All right? That's the shaking of the hand. All right? The Lord has spoke by his prophets. Right? Matter of fact, let's get a precept. Let's prove that. Because it's Yahweh Shai is doing this, man. All right? And he going to let you know the downfall of this kingdom. Right? Let's see what I want. It started at 69. And he have raised up a horn of salvation for us in the house of his servant David, as he spake by the mouth of his holy prophets, which have been since the world began. You see that? So where is this shaking of the hand coming from? Well, it's from his holy prophets. All right? And the spirit of the prophets is subject to the prophets. All right? Let's read this again. Isaiah 19 and 16. And in that day, Egypt shall be like unto women, and it shall be afraid and fear because of the shaking of the hand of the Lord of hosts, which he shaketh over it. Yeah. We out there telling you your economy is for the crash. There's no bomb for Egypt. Matter of fact, let's get that. Because, for Babylon, Salakia, Babylon can't be healed. Even though they proclaim they going to make it great again. But guess what? Babylon can't be healed. Why? Because it's Yahweh Shai has sent out the plagues, man. Right? And they won't be turned back. This is Jeremiah chapter 51 and verse 9. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, and let us go every one into his own country. For her judgments reacheth unto heaven, and is lifted up even to the skies. All right? The Lord have brought forth our righteousness. Come and let us declare in Zion the work of the Lord, Yahweh Bashar Shai. All right? So at the same time, Yahweh Shai is bringing Babylon low. He's lifting up the children of Israel. All right? That's the contrast. All right? Lord willing, it's been edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, who I'm learning this 100% truth from. And much respect to the brothers laboring in sincerity worldwide to wake up the elect of the children of Israel. To the next time, I say Shalom.